But you know, you could join us every week because it's only 8 o'clock there, right?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
So
It
you-
works perfectly. So
See? So you could join the Rotary Club of Overland.
yeah, that's true.
I do have a Brazil.
tag on the back. That's a Brazilian flag back there.
Yes, and it is the one that I actually bought in Brazil.
I was looking for my Cardinal shirt, but I couldn't find it. I think it's on my suitcase. It's like on my car.
Oh, gosh.
Next time.
Yeah. Well, we're still waiting for some other people, so,
Okay.
okay.
How many people are in Rotary? These?
Well, now we're down to about
20.
20. Oh, we're at 20 because we have a new member up
Heather up there.
there in that corner.
She's our newest member.
She is our newest member.
Yes. We'll be adding to it, don't worry.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So, yeah, we've lost a few. You probably don't remember Ted. He was the oldest gentleman.
I remember him. I think I had him on my Facebook, maybe.
Probably did. He passed away.
I'm sorry. From Corona?
No, not from Corona.
Okay.
It was before that. So, but anyway.
Are you all vaccinated?
Yes, everybody in this room. vaccinated.
Yeah,
Are
you guys are lucky. No, not yet. It's a big country and I don't know. I think by maybe in 2 months, I'll be vaccinated. So my
Yeah.
parents were, but they are, I think now they're vaccinating around 60, 57, something like that.
Us
People
old
that have,
folks.
like people my age that have either like diabetes or heart disease or something,
Okay.
they're getting vaccinated too right now.
Okay.
So people with weakened immune systems or compromised immune systems are taking priority first.
Allie, you would be proud of me. I've lost 35 pounds since October.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see that?
You
Okay,
know what?
good.
My dad lost a lot of pounds too, but it was because he had the COVID.
Yeah,
So
oh.
he wasn't eating because he couldn't taste the food.
Is he
He lost
okay?
a lot of weight. Yeah, they're both fine. It was
Okay.
really mild. They were scared, but it was really mild. So
Yeah. Oh, did he have to go to the hospital?
no, thanks
No.
God. No.
Okay. Well,
They
that's
only
good.
had like stomach issues because of the amount of medicine they had to take,
Yes.
you know,
Okay.
to make sure it would be fine. So after that, they had like stomach problems, but not really bad ones. Just
Us, Leandro.
he's fine. He's here. He's just watching me talking to you.
Oh, he needs to put, he
Say hi.
needs to put his face. He needs to put his face in there. Come on.
Home office, right?
Hi there. Hey, Jerry. What's
How
up?
are you?
Here.
It's nice to see you.
Man, you're looking good. Young and thin. Oh, I like the cap.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the one I brought back.
We miss you guys so much.
Yeah,
We
we miss you
wanted
so
to go
much
there
too.
like since forever, but we have to make it happen, right?
Yeah, hang on, Mary Kay's calling. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now I'm crying again because of Leandra.
Oh, she said now she's crying again because she sees Leandro. So,
Send her my love. I miss.
You can hear that?
I can't.
Okay. Well, I've been trying to talk her into coming to Brazil, but not right now, but
When they all get vaccinated,
A
then
little
we'll
bit.
go.
yeah, either that or the next time you come to Florida, we will see, because I'm retired now. I don't have to worry about working again. Bye, Mary Kay.
That's so weird to hear. You're retired now.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I
You
love
had
it.
me and my sisters. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, I can't hear. What? Huh? Yeah. Yes, Ally, Heather was one of my students from when I taught 7th grade.
Really?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Reader School has no J-No anymore?
They have no what?
J-No.
Oh, no J-No.
No, Jane, no. No, and they got to calling me the mayor for a while, so no more mayor, but that's, I went up to school last week and it took me probably 15 minutes to get from the main office down to my office because
Famous
everybody
guy.
was stopping and saying hello and how much they missed me. Good morning, Jack. Oh, I think you're muted, Jack. Do you recognize the young lady in the screen?
Nah. I look a lot older, so.
Yeah, you do look a lot older. Yes, ma'am.
No, she does not look older. She looks matured.
Mature.
Thank you.
It's
Okay.
different. That's different.
See, we need the younger people like you, Heather, to get us, you know, us old fogies back into the terminology for nowadays, right?
I mean, that's general terminology.
Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. Is that Brazilian coffee?
Oh, I had coffee. Now it's water.
Yeah, okay. When was the last time you did? When was the last time you had a baked potato?
A baked potato? I have it all the time. We just had bacon for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Because here in
Now-
Brazil, we don't eat that much bacon, so, but I love it.
Is that better? You guys can hear me now, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, Alexandra.
Hi,
Long time no see.
I know, I was telling them it has been 17 years.
Oh my gosh. What does that say about Jerry Nolan and me?
Oh, sorry. Sarah.
It says you made an impact.
Thank you, Heather.
Yeah. Well, Bill Strohmeyer back there says, hey, he sure remembers you, so,
Hey.
yeah. I think he's just out of camera range, so. You are a star today. You are an international star.
Oh.
Yes, you.
No. But I'm glad you see me like that. So cute.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. And now I'm gonna start crying if I'm not careful.
Oh,
So,
don't cry.
I know.
No crying in baseball.
Yeah, well, I'm not in baseball. I'm in Rotary, so. Gosh, now are you in your apartment, Ellie, or are you at the office?
Yeah, we're home.
Okay, did
We're
you?
doing like home office in the mornings, and in the afternoon we go to the office.
Okay, is it still the one that you guys had when we were there?
No, it's just because you know how here in Brazil the school hours are different. So the
Yeah.
kids either go to school in the morning or in the afternoon. So Perola goes in the afternoon from 1:30 to 6:30. So
Okay.
we stay home in the morning with her, and then we drop her off at school and then go to the office.
Okay.
It's easier that way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, shall we?
We should.
I don't know if we have a president. Oh, yes, we do. I'm sorry, I got so wrapped up with my Brazilian daughter that I forgot who was here.
That's all
And
right.
I probably won't remember who's here in 2 minutes.
It's good to see you excited, Jerry. It's good to have you all with us. Let's start with Pledge of Allegiance. We have a tiny little flag over here.
It's made for a tape.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We forgo singing on Zoom, so.
That's right. We will break the sound system.
Good thing to drop.
Well, for those of you that are new to the club since 2003, our guest today is Alexandra Shellman Flo. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Flo? Hey, I still can't roll my R's, but I got the flow down right. So She was an exchange student that somehow Mary Kay and I got talked into hosting back in 2002, 2003 school year. She is a Rittner graduate. So that still holds that all of my family is Rittner graduates, except for my grandsons. She lives in Natal, Brazil. And I will let her explain exactly where that is. And then Ally, would you tell us your connection to Missouri other than us? Your grandpa?
Yeah, actually, my city is located northeast of Brazil. So I don't know if you know how Brazil is shaped, but it's the very tip of Brazil. It's the closest point to Africa. So it's like summer all around the year. It's a coastline, so perfect weather. And we are 5 girls in my house, and has been in Rotary since we were born. So I had exchange students in my house since I was maybe 4 years old, because my older sister is 11 years older than me. So we were always around this environment of exchange students and Rotary and everything. And actually, my mom is American. She was born in the US because my city was a base for the US on Second War. So we had a lot of Americans coming in. Back then, when we had like no like American stuff like Coca-Cola or gum. So we were like one of the first cities in Brazil to get all that. And he met my grandmother, and they got married and went back to the US and had 4 kids. But after a while, they got divorced, and then my grandma had to return to Brazil with all the kids. He got married again, had a new family, which we lost contact over the years, and he died. He passed away. I don't remember when it was, but with Facebook and everything after that, we were able to contact like cousins, which I've met like 4 years ago, Amanda, and she had no idea we existed. She had no idea of the Brazilian family. So it has been a crazy ride. And my exchange program to Missouri was, I have no words to explain. Like, I have a true mom and dad over there. They took care of me like so perfectly. I have a lot of love for them and for St. Louis and for Missouri. It was perfect being there and going to the Rotary meetings to have breakfast really early when I was really cranky in the mornings, right, Jerry? I was so hangry. I was 16, right? Hungry. And I guess that's it. If you guys want to ask anything, I'm here to answer.
Now, your grandpa that came to Brazil, he was from Missouri, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
His name was Ray Edward Shellman.
Okay. And do you remember the city? I don't remember the city. It was in
I
Northwest.
don't remember. I remember my mom was born in Rome, New York, because she's trying to get her Social Security because she doesn't have one. So since we all lived in Brazil since forever, they didn't want to have like a passport or anything. But then one day my mom's like, you know what? I'm gonna try to have it just because she doesn't go there that much to the US. But now she's trying to get her security or her Social Security. So I know she was born there because I saw her certificate. But I don't know my grandfather though.
Yeah. And tell us what you do now for an
So now
occupation.
I've graduated advertising. So I own a bus advertising company. I know in the US you put like a sticker on the side of the buses for advertising, right? So here we put on the back of the buses. And now we're working as an advertising agency too. With like the lockdown last year, since like the bus companies stopped like going around, so we migrated to being an advertising agency. And it has been working. We've been working with São Paulo and other cities. So that's what we do.
Do you still have your shops?
No, we don't have the shops anymore. We used to own, we like 2 shops, and then we opened one in Pipa, which is a local beach. But we imported from Thailand and Indonesia, and I don't know. In Brazil, it's really hard to have stores, just because we pay a lot of taxes to get stuff in and to sell them. So no, that didn't work out. It was a great experience though. We traveled a lot to Indonesia, so it was amazing.
Question,
Yes.
is the business tax there as extreme as it was over in Italy? Any business owner would have to pay almost 30% in taxes of what they made. Is it the same in Brazil?
Is it 30%? Yeah, sometimes it's 30. But the thing is, with imported stuff, we pay 60% tax.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So yeah, not worth it. Like even if I want to buy something like on the American Amazon and ship it to Brazil, I think now they have free shipping, but you still have to
pay
percent tax over the price.
Yeah. I remember coming into contact with that when I lived in Italy. It was so expensive just to order anything.
That's why you see crazy Brazilians shopping like crazy people in the US. When the dollar, it's good for us because now it's like it has never been worse. Like it's 6.
Wow.
So the exchange, it's really. When I was an exchange student, I think it was 2 to 1. Now it's 6 to 1. So it's really bad.
6 to 1. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
So it's
cow.
good for you guys to come to Brazil because it's like really cheap for you guys.
Yeah, well, guys, if we can get some more vaccine down to you
I'll be on a
guys.
plane.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very soon we'll be all vaccinated. So yeah.
For the rest of you, Mary Kay and I went to their wedding and it was absolutely wonderful. I mean, the family treated us just like family. Her mom and dad were wonderful. All of her sisters were wonderful. Andrew is a champ. They taught me how to drink Brazilian beer. We're in a church right now, so I can't talk about it. It was really funny because we were sitting in a restaurant and they brought out this little bitty, almost like a juice glass. And I thought, this is all the beer that I'm gonna get. And then they brought out this foam container and they set it on the table. And I can't remember whether it was Leandro or Ali said, there's the beer. And they took the top off. What they do, since it's warm there, she said it's warm and nice. If you go during the summer, her summer, it's hotter than, so, but we were there in, it was March, and it was very nice. It was pleasant.
Yeah.
But anyway, inside this container, there was a ice water and a bottle of beer, a big bottle of beer. So that's how you drink it, and it was the small glasses, so it didn't get warm while you drank it. And Allie, now, yes, now they have containers like that, not necessarily the big ones, but for regular bottles here in the United States. So, yeah, but it was, we had such a good time.
I'm glad you guys liked it. It's a really nice place to live.
How many children do you have now?
What?
How many kids?
Just one. She's 7 years old. Her name is Perola, which in English it's Pearl. So I have an aunt. All my aunts have American names, and my mom too. My mom's name is Teresa Rose, and then I have an aunt called Pearl, Ruth, and the other one is Virginia May. So I named my daughter after my aunt, but I put the Brazilian name on it, which is Perola. She's 7.
Nice.
7, 1 year younger than Jonah.
Yeah, and she wants to be an exchange student too. She talks about it now.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Good. Well, if Mary Kay and I are around long enough, maybe we could host her, or
Yeah, I know that. I've told her.
maybe Bridget would be able to host her.
Maybe.
So, yeah. who
She can
knows?
come anytime she wants.
Okay.
You can send her here for the summer.
Okay. No winter, right?
Yo, we took you to a beach in Missouri, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, what kind of beach was it? Tell the rest of us.
It was Rock Bottom Beach.
Yes, it was.
It was so cold.
Yeah, so cold. Yeah, 27 degrees Celsius is about 76 to 80 degrees, is that right?
Yeah, it was better than my
You-
sister though. My little sister, she did her exchange program in Valdez, Alaska. So yeah, yeah, that's crazy, right?
I want to show you that. This is our Stacy. She lives with us.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the one for
That's
Brazil?
Ellie. Yeah.
Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
My boss is standing here watching.
Allie, your
Yes.
English is very good. Do you
My
speak it
English?
frequent- Yes. Do you speak
Oh,
it
thank you.
frequently? Do you speak it frequently, and does your daughter know how to speak English?
Yeah, she has English lessons in her school, but it's just like having Spanish lessons. Like if you don't practice that much, you won't. But she was reading in English last night, and it was really cute. I didn't know she was reading so good in English. But we want to take her to do like at least like a 6-month experience in school when she's little in the US because they catch up so fast. So we want to do that when she's a kid.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, it's very important when they're young to learn other languages. They're a sponge.
Yeah.
Well, and Heather, your children speak Italian, don't they?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's cute.
And I was forced to speak Italian because that's how they listen. So if they're doing something wrong, I have to speak Italiano to correct them. So then they're like, okay, I have it now.
It's good
It's
to
fun.
practice at home. We try to speak English to her all the time, but it's really hard because we have a really big family. And
Yeah.
it's 14 time. But yeah,
Mhm.
Italian is the prettiest.
Yes, it really is. It's like an adaptation of Spanish and their own. So
It has
it's
a little bit of Portuguese too. I think.
yeah, a lot. I noticed that. So a lot of my Portuguese friends or Hispanic friends, they learned it very quickly. Whereas I was like, okay, let me get an app here. Hold on. But no, my daughter, she is 6, and my son just turned 4. So they're brilliant little minds, and I understand completely with sending your kids abroad. I think it's important to do
It's a
so.
must. If you can't afford it, it's a must. It's a life changer. Like
Right.
you have to do it if you can.
Mhm. Agree.
When Ally and I were corresponding to set this up, she said, I hope my English is still okay. I said, well, it's gotta be better than our Portuguese.
Oh, I think she's doing an excellent job.
Yeah. I remember obrigado
Yeah, obrigado.
is thank you, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What does
good.
it mean?
Yeah, and we have in Brazil we have a word that it only exists in Portuguese, which is saudade. It means I miss, but we have a word for that. It's a feeling. So I don't know if you remember that. It's called saudade. It means I miss you, but it's a feeling instead of a phrase, you know?
I remember hearing that. Yep. Oh, my goodness. I am so happy to see you. So you're in advertising, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I follow Anna Louisa on Facebook. She posts every now and again. And your sister that lived in Miami, does she still live in Miami?
She's living in São Paulo now. And my youngest sister, she was doing University of Fine Arts in Miami. But with the lockdown and everything and the dollar going crazy, my dad was like, okay, come back home because if you get sick there, you're on your own and you have to be close to your family. So she came back last April and she's still here. And we don't know when she's going back. But it was a 4-year course and she really wanted to get back, but I think we have to wait a little bit more because we can't get in anyway. There is a lot of people like that need to go to the US, but they're having to spend like 14 days in some other country. So then they're able to get in the US. But since we don't need to right now, we have a ticket to San Diego June 6th, I think, but we're gonna lose it because we can't get in. We
We can
thought
meet you,
vaccinated by then, but
we can meet you in San Diego too the next time you're there. And if Mary Kay doesn't want to go, I'll be there.
you go, you can grab her there. It's really nice.
I know, I've been there. I went to a conference there one time. It is gorgeous.
So it sounds like you come to the US a lot, do you?
We go at least, so we have friends in San Diego, and we have been going there to see them. And for us, it's a lot. It's like, I don't know why, but it's really cheap flight to go from São Paulo to LA. So we were able to get really good deals over the years. So we go and stay for a month. But now since Pedro can't miss school anymore, since last year, it's harder to go to spend longer times.
How bad has COVID hit Brazil? I mean, we hear about it on the news, but it sounds like it's really, really devastating in Brazil.
Like the coronavirus?
Yes.
Yeah, we're a really big country. I think like, even if I tried to explain, it's really hard maybe for you guys to understand. I remember when it began, like the lockdown and everything, and I told Leandro, like, it's almost impossible to make people stay at home in Brazil because most of our population is really poor and they need to make money daily. They have no option to stay home and wait for it, you know? So I'm talking about people that sell, I don't know, popcorn, or people that sell stuff at the beach for tourists. And they are really struggling still because the tourism is really slow. And because of that, people couldn't stay home. And we're talking here about people that live in really tiny houses with their whole family in one room. It's like 10 people live in a room. It's almost impossible to stop the pandemic. And we knew that from the beginning, but we have a really corrupt government and that doesn't help at all. But now we're getting vaccinated. The older people are all vaccinated. But the thing is, these past months, the virus was really bad on like people around 30 to 25 maybe. And that didn't happen last year. So it was different this year. I can't tell you how it is in the big cities because Brazil is such a big country that it's like talking about what's going on for you guys if you live like in, I don't know, in San Francisco, and then you're talking about something that is happening in Florida. It's like if you don't go there that much, there's no way you have any idea of how things are working. So yeah, it's crazy, but it's getting better. Thanks God.
Has your daughter's school been online or in person?
So last year was online until maybe November, and then she returned, but only the school, it's only como é que fala presencial? I don't know how. So the kids going to school are kids from 1 till I think 9, and then all the other kids are online. So the schools less kids, and they're all like really far apart from each other with masks. It's really, she hates it. Now she's used to it because they can't play everything anymore. Like in the park, they have to be separated from each other. So it's crazy. But yeah, she's going to school now.
That's the way it was with Bridget and her class. They were online, and it was really hard for her to teach the first graders online so they could get used to the iPads and tablets and then they just recently brought them all back 4 days a week. For a while, she had 8 or 9. They still have the same thing to where
I couldn't.
go outside, you can take off your mask and you can play only a certain number of kids can play together. And
We're so lucky.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I don't know how it's there, but do kids learn to read and write on first grade there? Like officially? Yeah.
Yes.
And here. So my daughter, she was in first grade last year, which it was the lockdown.
Mhm.
But I was lucky because the teacher was really good and there were only 10 students in the class. So she divided the class in 2. There was 5 students and then 5 students, half an hour like each. They couldn't stay a lot of time in the tablets. They hate it. And they would be looking at the ceiling or doing something else. So I was lucky because of that, because it was just the 5 of them each time, and the teacher was really good, and she learned how to read and write like perfectly. I don't know how it happened, but thanks God it worked out.
do your parents still live? Your parents moved into an apartment, didn't they?
Yeah, remember my grandpa's apartment? You went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
live there now for a few years. The house was too big for just the both of them.
And did
Yeah.
they sell that? Did they sell the property there or? is it
Not
still-
yet, actually. My office is there right now, and my
That's what I thought.
sister's office. Yeah, we're all working at the house.
So are you in the house or are you still in the pool house?
What? Sorry.
The pool house?
Yeah, the pool house. Yeah, that one.
Okay, very cool. I will tell one story here. Mary Kay and I were sitting out on the patio one evening and Allie's family lived in we call it a compound and it had probably 10-foot concrete block wall around it and razor wire on the top. Because I don't know if the kidnappings are still as bad as they were, but they were bad. And the young, well, he wasn't quite so young, but the night watchman came over to Mary Kay and I and said, I want to get me viola. And he reached into the closet behind us. He pulled out a violin case and we thought we were going to get serenaded. But he pulled out a sawed-off shotgun. Exactly. Yeah. And he said, "You're safe."
Yeah, the gun even had a name. I don't remember right now, but it had a name.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was. I want to tell them about the first day. We didn't live in our Wabade house. We lived in our Wallace house. Now, Alex's house. How many rooms did it have?
I think 6 rooms. Yeah.
6 rooms, wonderful kitchen.
Six bedrooms, Derek.
6 bedrooms, okay, yes. She came to our house when there were 2 bedrooms. And actually, you adapted so well to that. Scruffy, you and Scruffy didn't get along very well in the beginning, but I think eventually you got to snuggle with Scruffy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But the very first day we were going to school, Allie went around to the side of the car and stood there. And I'm getting in the car. She's just standing there. So I get out of the car, I go around, I said, what's wrong? Well, my driver opens the door for me.
I don't remember that.
You do?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't have that anymore. I have
Okay,
2.
okay. Well, I said, well, you're in the United States now, and this driver's not gonna open the door for you.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, I mistreated her so poorly.
I remember the basement a lot. The house, so cozy. It was so much fun.
So
But
cold. I like that.
basement here, so for me, it was so much fun to have a basement. And I remember the day a storm came in, was it I don't know what it was, but I remember being downstairs, like underneath the table thinking, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? And then everything outside was going like crazy. You guys were not home, it was just me and Scruffy, like under the table. Was it a hurricane? What it was? I don't remember.
A tornado.
Tornado.
Yeah. And the street, like alarm was going really loud. It was crazy.
I remember the one time that you really got angry with us. You didn't really, I mean, you were a wonderful, for those of you here, some of you that were in Rotary at the time said, and the way the Rotary Exchange program works is you're supposed to live 3 months with a family, move, live 3 months with another family, move. Ally said she would go home if she had to move. So I think the district council had to vote on it to let her stay with us for the entire year. But the only time she really got so angry with us is she wanted to ride the bus to go to the mall. Yeah. And we absolutely refused. And in Brazil, everybody rides the bus, right? And it's safe and good. And she wanted to go out there at 40.
Galleria.
And we said, absolutely not. I said, we will take
I'm like,
you.
I'm
we
in
will
the
take-"
US. I just want to take the bus.
Smart move on that one.
Yeah, and we just said no, and you were angry for a few days, but I think but that was the only time I ever remember you getting angry. I remember you being homesick.
Yeah.
She had a boyfriend back in Brazil.
Yeah.
She should have dumped him before she came to Missouri because it was the boyfriend that broke her. She missed him so much. And then she gets back to Brazil, she dumps him because she finds Leandro.
Well, we do that when we're young. We're like, I love you, I don't anymore. Maybe. That's how it goes, right? But
you wound up with the best one.
Yeah, and you know what? Leandro, after like a few years, and I found out that Leandro did his exchange program in Missouri too. What was the city? Farmington.
Oh, wow.
That's in our district.
And was he here the same time you were?
No, he was here a year before. He was there a year before.
I was in Farmington.
No, he was there 2000. Oh, yeah.
2000, okay.
Yeah. But not Rotary though. Other program, I don't remember.
Another program.
Oh.
Yeah, the Rotary one really makes a difference. When I talk to people here that have done like the exchange program through other companies, it's a completely different experience. Like you don't have like the group that has you, like the Rotary, they really know that you're there for a purpose, to exchange culture and to show your city, your country to other people. The other programs is just like, okay, you're 16 and you're a lot of work, just move, get back when you're better. But it was really a lot of fun. Like I had the experience at home having people over with us from everywhere. Like we had people from South Africa, from Finland, from United States, from France. I had people from all over in my house since I was a kid, and they didn't know Portuguese. My dad was like, he just pointed at stuff and repeated till they learned it. So it was a lot of fun. It's a really good program.
That's what he did with us too. Oh my gosh. I thought we were discussing. No,
Jerry, tell the story about when we went to Florida, but we stopped and picked up Jackie.
Oh, do you remember when we went to Florida and we picked up Jackie in Kentucky? Oh,
Yeah, she lived in a trailer. It was horrible.
she wasn't a Rotary exchange student, was she? She was in a
No, she was
Rotary.
not.
So we were driving through Kentucky and we had good directions and we turned and we started going down a gravel road and we keep going and going and going and there are cattle on each side. Allie's just thrilled that there are cattle and we keep driving and then we pull up in this front yard and there are chickens all around the front yard. There's this huge cage, kind of like the bird aviary at the zoo. And we pull up and it is a 2-story double wide trailer. 2 stories, yes. And it was like, Allie started crying. She was so upset that Jack had lived there. And it was just, oh, it was amazing. But that sure was a fun trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really fun. You guys have really good memory. My memory is so bad, but I remember eating strawberries with condensed milk in the car on the way to Florida.
Yeah.
It was close to the late stage stuff. It was sweetened condensed milk she was talking about, not just condensed milk.
Yeah,
So
She
Yeah,
loved,
it's really easy to make dulce de leche in it. You just boil the
you
can.
can put it on the microwave, like the can.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just put it in a pot and boil the water for a while.
We lost Alex.
Frozen. There she is.
2 things. Heather is a
Is
chef.
it my internet that is bad? I think so. My internet is
we're good now.
We're
You're,
good now.
you're good. Oh, spoke too soon.
Yeah, so Heather is a chef, number 1, and number 2, we're recording this meeting, so you may see yourself internationally one day on a commercial for Rotary exchange students, because you did such a great job on that, on explaining about that, so that was
Get
fantastic.
that video clip.
Yeah, so look for yourself in Brazil, dubbed with Portuguese over that. What do you think? Translated by Jerry. Yeah,
Voiceover.
translated by- Dave said translated by Jerry. Yeah, okay. Here, I'll be doing this, just like your dad was. I be pointing.
And, Ally, do you still stay in touch with any of the exchange students that you were with?
Yes, I do. I do have contacts since, I don't know why, but it took a while for my friends in St. Louis to get Instagram. I don't know why, but in Brazil, everyone had Instagram and I had to wait a little for all my friends in St. Louis. So now I follow all of them. I see all the kids and everything. It's really great just to like keep in touch. Even like if you don't talk to them, they're seeing your photos with your kids and then you see their kids and it's fun. Some people I can't find though, because in the US you change your last name. So I don't know the last name. And in Brazil that doesn't happen. So it's easy to find people. But yeah, I have a lot of contacts with them.
Some of them, if you can't find, let me know, because they're still doing Facebook for us older guys, older people. Facebook is the old folks thing, and Instagram, Mary Kay is great on Instagram. I'm not quite so good, but I did. There was one time I sent her a message to check her WhatsApp on Instagram, to check the WhatsApp, because that's how we had been communicating with her. She did, and so I get excited when I see that WhatsApp pop up, and Peroa is just like Jonah and Nolan. They like to grab their mom's phones and go off with it.
Actually, she's not like electronics at all. Like she's so lost like a video game. She doesn't know how to play it. So we tried to get her outside a lot. So she's surfing right now. She likes to ride horses. She's really like adventurous. She likes to be outside, which is really good for me. Sometimes she wants the phone, but I hope it takes a while.
Yeah.
She sounds like my daughter. Love
Good,
it.
it's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not my son. I don't know.
That's one thing Jonah and Nolan both, they love their electronics and they love, Nolan finally talked his mom and dad into a phone because he's going to middle school. He gets dropped off at school, but he walks home. They're about a half a mile from school. So they want to be able, Bridget wanted to be able to know, well, and Mary Kay wanted to know exactly where he was, so they have a phone track that, well, no, it's different than Find My Phone. It can actually track him as he's walking. So, yeah, and she knows when he gets home. Yeah, see, and Mary Kay has that on me because I was walking and she was afraid I would fall and not be able to get up. And
They have watches for that too.
Yeah, and
With
pain.
GPS. Yeah.
Pain on the bed. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jerry, I'm hanging up because the construction people are here. Allie, I
Okay.
love you. I miss you. Can't wait to see you
I
in
love
person.
you too.
Okay,
Yay.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
well, does anybody have any other questions for my wonderful daughter?
I look like him, right?
Yeah.
Your hair isn't as light.
Yeah.
I got it.
You You know, when I first came into this program, I did not think that I could love somebody else's child. I mean, I love my students. You know, Heather knows that. And I told them, once you're my student, you're always one of my students. I told that to the high school students, and I try to keep up with as many of them as I can on Facebook. I'm switching slowly to Instagram, and I never thought I could love another person's child as much as my own. And I do, and I did, and
Yeah, it's the same here for me, Jerry. I love you guys so much. You guys have no idea. I'm so thankful for everything you guys have done for me. And it's gonna be with me for the rest of my life. I talk to my daughter about it all the time. She asks, but who are they? And I have to show her pictures of you guys, but you guys are stuck with me forever. I know it's a lot of miles away from each other, but it doesn't feel like that for me. It seems like you guys are always here.
that's,
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
that is, and I'm about ready to cry again, so I'll stop. It's, you know, the older I get, the more I cried when you left. You probably didn't see that because
Oh,
wasn't until after you walked down the plane and to the plane, but it was truly a special year, and it was probably one of the best vacations we've ever had to come see you get married and to be part of your family, and the lake house. It was just wonderful, and so it was just a wonderful experience.
I miss you guys. I wish you guys could come more because it's here for you guys.
Well, and as soon as the coronavirus clears up, we'll start saving our money.
They had, I guess, $500 tickets, both like back and forth.
Oh, my gosh.
Good.
Yeah. So, but when we went to visit, it took us almost a day and a half to get there.
Now it's better. It's better. You can get better flights now.
Okay, we had to fly to Sao Paulo,
Yeah.
change planes, and then we flew south to Sao Paulo, changed planes and flew back north to Natal. So, I don't think we probably smelled very good when we got there, did we? Because we didn't have to shower or change clothes or anything.
I don't remember.
She's getting married, she wouldn't remember.
Yeah, it's a crazy time of your life. Like,
Is that a tattoo on your arm? You
A
have
tattoo?
Yeah.
I haven't, I'll hide it.
No, but I
My son-
remember when you were here, you were not allowed to get a tattoo. Remember that?
No, through the Rotary program, you can drive, drink, date, or do drugs.
Oh, say that again for this couple of them were talking. What were the 3 rules?
No driving, no drinking, no dating, no drugs.
4 rules. So, and you didn't really date. You went out on a group thing.
Flirted.
Yeah, exactly. And you didn't really drive except at the farm. You got to drive down to the pond. Yeah, so, but you remember the girl though from Brazil that lived up north? She it was in an accident. Yeah, she was in an accident and she had been drinking and driving. So immediately they went home. Yeah, so. Yeah, so, well, if nobody has any other questions here, we've taken up a lot of your morning because it's almost 9 o'clock there now, right? I learned something when we were setting this up. I did not
Almost
realize
10.
that it's almost 10? Oh, so do you do daylight savings time?
What?
Do you do daylight savings time?
No?
No,
Hey,
okay.
Are we doing it?
No, we're not.
We're not.
Oh, that's right, because
That's why they're 2
you were 3 hours ahead of us because of daylight savings time. It's 2 hours ahead. Okay. Okay, well, very cool. All right.
It's very good to see you again now.
Thanks for inviting me. It was
It was,
Thanks for joining us.
it was wonderful. Thank you.
So nice to see you again.
My son says he wants to come to Brazil now.
Stay with us. It's a lot of fun. I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
You guys take care.
You too.
You
You too. Love you, kiddo.
too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.
Okay.
So, thank you all for joining us online. Heather, good to have you with us.
Yeah, a week from now, she will be official member.
Correct.
Next Wednesday, we'll virtually pin you.
Or something.
Mary Kay Nolan asked me to ask everyone for a favor. She's got a friend that is decorating a room in her house, I think, with maps on the walls. And so if anyone has an old atlas or any kind of old maps that they want to donate.
I got a bunch of
Right, give it to
aviation
Jerry.
maps.
That would
Give it to
probably
Jerry.
work.
I mean,
Yeah, just give them to me next week and.
I got a bunch of old
The
ones.
reason she asked Ann to do it is because she knew I would forget and I had forgotten already. So,
I almost.
after 44 years of marriage, she knows me pretty well.
Bob's got an
Yeah,
announcement.
we are, it looks like we're very, very close to getting our $20,000 number. They have 1,000. Maybe a few $100 short, so we're very close to that. And I think we exceed that, we may want to divert some of that money, we're short of. We're about $900 against 2,000.
Yeah.
So we're shy on that.
Well, let's hit our 20 first. That's our goal.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I had a luncheon yesterday, a friend of mine needed to ride home, and I got to his house, and he had, around his license plate, he had a thing called collect bricks. What is that? Well, you don't know, you have the bricks, old bricks with the name of them.
Yeah.
That's how many bricks?
It's kind of hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Bob's telling us about a friend of his that collects old bricks with names on them.
He's got 600 or 800 bricks at his house.
Holy cow.
God, whatever his kid's gonna do with it.
Worse
than beer can.
Throw it in, never mind.
Well, if it's anything like what Bridget tells us she's gonna do with our stuff,
Yeah,
Out the
yeah, but your
door.
stuff doesn't weigh as much.
Paul's already,
Actually, that might be a good investment.
Paul's already said with our stuff, he said, Dad, that's why gasoline and a match were invented.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's your call, bud,
A little close to the other houses to make it a test fire.
Pretty much.
My dad's house was 3 dumpsters full.
Yeah.
Heather, can you tell us about your new adventure yet? I mean, you've announced it on Facebook, but
About the cafe?
yes.
Oh yeah, I wish I could tell you more. She had the grand opening scheduled for the 29th, and then she moved it to the 5th of June now. She hasn't really talked a lot about what's going on as of right now with me, but I've been up to my ears with lists of ingredients and different things that I'm going to need to buy for the actual cafe. So I'm not sure if I'm in charge of all operations or just the pastry side of it. So it's kind of up in the air, but hopefully it will be able to seat at least 24. From what I know, she ordered some tables and chairs, and the maximum occupancy of the building is 34. So that with employees should be about 24 people can sit in the cafe.
And Bob asked where it was. It's actually across from the building where your shop used to be.
Next to the Neo Hair Design on Lackland and Brown. I believe the address is like 8900 Lackland, but it's it's in the old florist shop that was there. So yeah, and it's totally different. A kitchen's been built in there, a bathroom's been added. It's really coming along nicely. It's very bright, but it's definitely a nice change, and it's going to be bringing a lot of people together. So it's going to be a really good thing for the community. And I've developed most of the pastries already for it and created a new one that I made as her signature pastry there. So it's going to be the gooey butter filling. So gooey butter cake filling in a Danish. So you can just pick up and go instead of sit down and eat. If you need.
I'm gonna have to stop walking that way because there's probably like what, 3,000 calories in that alone?
Oh, 1,800.
Oh, 1,800, okay. I can't walk that many off in my 2-hour walk.
We have other options like eclairs and other things like that, fruit tarts. It's still kind of high on the calorie spectrum, but that's what you get with a pastry. But they're easy, small little dainty 2-bite type of things, except for the Danish, that's not.
Okay. Oh.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I hope you guys come in and say hi. I don't know if I'll be during service, but I will be up and at them very, very early. So next Rotary meetings, you'll probably see me. I'll have you on a laptop in the kitchen, and I'll be like talking and working at the same time. But that's the life of a pastry chef.
That sounds great.
One of the 7 avenues of Rotary is vocation. So maybe you could do the excuse me, Heather Simpson cooking show for us one morning.
I would love to. I actually hosted many cooking classes in Italy while I was there. So it's kind of one of the things that I do, and I enjoy teaching people the fundamentals of cookery or different techniques that they might not know. Or I used to do mishaps. So I would take like a burnt pizza that wasn't burnt all the way and transform it into something that you can use it for, so you don't just waste the product. So yeah. Yeah, so maybe we can have an event, COVID friendly event.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
That's wonderful.
All right. I think we're ready to call it a day. Thank you all for joining us. What's our program next week, Dave?
Tiffany Irwin, I had to look it up because I forgot. She is known as the Rotary Geek, and if anybody's been to Show Me, sorry.
She's great.
She is fantastic. She has got a very, very warped sense of humor.
Looking around.
So she's good.
You liked her. then?
Asshole.
Pretty much, yeah, it worked out well.
Ruth, did you need something?
Guess not.
Guess not. Everybody have a great week. See you next week. I brought the bell in.